Hi guys, Dave here with you. Thanks for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Give us a like, a share, and a comment. All those things really help us out a lot. Hey, today I got something I think is pretty exciting. A few years ago I did a video on the Griddle Grate version of Grill Grates, which you may have heard of. If not, then I'll put a link in the description below to their website. But Grill Grates are an extruded aluminum, anodized aluminum grate that they've been putting on gas grills and charcoal grills and commercial griddles to really get a different grilling experience, and they say a better sear. They work really good on those applications. They're pretty famous. They've been around for quite a while. Well, they had these Griddle Grate version a few years ago, and I tried a set of them out. So I'll put a link to that video at the end of this one if you want to go check that one out. It's kind of interesting the way that turned out, and it also includes a couple of special pans that I had created that I think you'll find interesting. I heard that they had redesigned these Griddle Grates and said, gosh, you know, I mean, the concept was great. We can use our griddle and maybe get like grill marks and elevate the food we're cooking off the surface a little bit, and just kind of have a new way of cooking on our griddles. And that's always fun, right? Trying to change it up a little bit and have some extra fun. So I reached out to them. I said, you know, if you're interested, I'd be interested in doing a review of the revised version of the Griddle Grates. And they said, sure. So they sent me a couple of them. Just to let you know, they did send them to me at no charge, but I'm not getting reimbursed for this video. I'm not getting any royalties, commissions, anything. I just think it might be a lot of fun to cook on, so I wanted to share it with you. So this is what they sent me. They sent me these two extruded anodized aluminum grates that have fins or ribs on them, and they act like a heat sink, and they dissipate the heat. They bring the heat up through it. But unlike the Grill Grates, these don't have any holes in them. They're a flat bottom, which is really going to help on a flat top to absorb all that heat and radiate it up. A couple things are different than their previous version. It appears to me that the thickness of the metal in this location is thinner, and the depth of the fins is about a third as deep as it was. And I think I'm anticipating that this will help with the heat transfer from the griddle top. Now I'm currently cooking on my 22-inch Blackstone, which I like a lot. Being as we've been traveling, as you know, it's the right size for us. I ordered them so that they would be about 1/8 of an inch shorter than the depth, and they're 8 1/4 inches wide each, so I got a good 16 or so inches of cooking area, and I'm really looking forward to trying them out. They also sent me these cool spatulas, and this one has got a little bevel to the tip here, and the purpose of this is to get down in between the grooves and reach under your food and pick it up and turn it or do whatever you want, flip it. And then they sent me this one, kind of the same thing. It's only a 3-tine, and it'll do the same thing, get under there, but this might be easier to flip because we are on a griddle, to where you can squeeze down on that and turn it over and then come out from underneath it. They do say you want to season these first. So they say you can use, just like seasoning our griddles, you can use any high temp oil. So I'm going to put some avocado oil on it and let that burn off. And then they also say, hey, rub an onion on these rails for seasoning as well. Never tried that, but it sounds interesting. So we'll see how that seasoning goes. So that's the overview of what we've got and why we're going to do it, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to expand the versatility of our Blackstone or our other brand of griddles, and I'm really looking forward to going outside and showing the rest to you. All right guys, so we're out at the griddle now. We've gone through the seasoning process on our Griddle Grates. Let's take a look and see how that turned out. It really turned out pretty good. We've got, here's the back side and the front side of a couple of them. They have several coats of the avocado oil on them, and I'm sure that even with more seasoning and more use, that they'll get even more seasoned. I did do about 2 rounds of seasoning, exactly like I do a Blackstone or a griddle. seasoning. I did them in my gas grill so that I would get some real high temperatures all the way around. You could do them in your oven in the house if you don't mind the smell of the oil burning off. But I think they seasoned up real well. I'm really happy with that. I did actually put that onion on there, and I don't know how well it helped the seasoning, but it sure smelled good. Let's take a look at what we're going to cook. I've got some hamburgers that are, I got one thick one and two kind of thinner ones that we're going to cook. And I've got two chicken breasts and two chicken thighs that we're going to cook up as well. So that's that's $3.55, and this one has gotten all the way up to $400 in the middle, $300 at the ends, $3.17 there. So I'm going to turn this down. I really want this to be somewhere between $3.50 and $400. Let's check and see how the high temp side did. And it's just now coming up to $3.39, $3.45, $300. So one of the things I'm noticing is, you know, do I really just want to have just a hot spot on the griddle grate, or do I think that the whole thing's going to kind of get a more of an even temperature? And only time will tell, and let's give it a minute to find out. 405, 405. Let's put this one more in the middle so that maybe it gets hotter all over than this one. One last check, and then we're going to start cooking. All right, so the hot side, 440, 357, 366, the lower side, 383, so that's a 60-degree difference. 336, 350, 363, 357, 446, 385. Well, there's some difference, but not as much as I had thought there would be. How about you? So let's throw some food on there. All right, let's start out with the biggest, fattest burger in the middle of the hottest spot on the grill grates. Now I season these with, this is 80-20 ground chuck, salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. And then we'll put a burger, one of the thinner ones, up front. And we're going to put one of the thinner ones up front on the other side. So now let's do some chicken, and let's take a thigh, put it on the hotter one, another thigh, put it on the hotter one back there, and then take a breast or two and put them right there. Okay, they're sizzling pretty good. I'm not going to shut the lid because not all of you guys are going to have a lid. I don't want to give it an unfair or a different view. So let's let that cook for just a couple minutes. I'm going to clean up some of this so I don't get cross-contamination, and we'll be right back. Okay. But it's the first cook on it, so, you know, it might... Put that straight up. Give it a turn. Straight up, give it a turn. All right, so we'll put our burgers on this side. Now let's use this one for the chicken. Now I didn't spray anything on this chicken before on these grates before I put this chicken or anything on here, so I just wanted to see how it would do. There. Yeah, I'm seeing some grill marks. Let's go back and do this one. I don't think we did that. Hey, now that's actually looking real good. Let's just check this. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. You can get some nice grill marks there. Let's do the same with the chicken. Okay, now I'm beginning to understand why you've got a spatula side right here. Kind of, oh yeah, okay, that works. All right. See how our grill marks are looking on that. Nope, not yet. We'll let those cook a minute. Let's move them closer together. Try to get more of that good heat that's in the center going. Now I can hear the fat dripping out of the hamburger and down onto that griddle grate and searing and coming back up. So that's a good thing. That sound means flavor, and that smoke you see coming up means flavor. So you might say, all right, Dave, so far, what's the advantage of this? Why not just cook it on the griddle? A couple things come to mind here. Number one, I am getting some nice grill marks. Let's say I was camping in an RV or at hunt camp, and I didn't have a gas grill with me where I could cook, and I wanted grill marks and I wanted the fat to drip off or any of that. If the only tool I had to cook with was a flat top, then the griddle grates are giving me, I don't know, another dimension to, or another part of cooking on here. I'm getting grill marks, I'm getting sizzle, I'm getting fat dripping and coming up on the hamburgers. They're looking really good. The chicken is kind of cooking like chicken cooks. You know, I'm still getting some of that chicken fat dripping down, smoking, coming back up, getting that flavor on the chicken. Yeah, overall it's all good. Like I say, it's the other advantage is, while I love a smash burger and I love a burger cooked on a flat top in its own grease, at the same time, this is dripping some of that grease and fat off. And you know, maybe that's something you want to do on a particular cook. So let's check the other side of these burgers. It might be time to rotate them. We'll do this hottest one first.